Good afternoon. We are still in Job 39, and today we're going to be starting at verse 19. This is the Lord speaking out of the whirlwind to Job. Have you given the horse strength? Have you clothed his neck with thunder? Can you frighten him like a locust? His majestic snorting strikes terror. He paws in the valley and rejoices in his strength. What could be in it for the Lord asking Job these questions? In the garden, Adam was told by God to take dominion over all the earth. Have you ever blessed one of your pets with strength? Or have you marveled at the way that God made them? Have you asked God what his heart was when he made your cat or your bird or your dog? I love the way that God speaks to us through creation. I can remember being a little girl in a field and plucking a dandelion that was ready to seed and blowing all of those little white fluffy things off and just enjoying the way that the wind took them and moved them. We were designed by God to know awe and wonder in the earth that he's created, that is, according to Isaiah, a footstool that matches heaven's chair. He paws in the valley and rejoices in his strength. He gallops into the clash of arms. He mocks at fear and is not frightened, nor does he turn back from the sword. It reminds me of Jesus. It also makes me think of a story that a friend who's gone on to be with the Lord used to tell about how Alexander the Great conquered the world because he knew how to meek his horses so that they didn't spook in battle. The quiver rattles against him, the glittering spear and javelin. He devours the distance with fierceness and rage. Nor does he come to a halt because the trumpet has sounded. At the blast of the trumpet, he says, "Aha!" He smells the battle from afar. The thunder of captains and shouting. So Alexander would put the horses through a lot of tests to get them to stay unafraid in the midst of battle where there's lots of noises and sounds and activity. And the last test that he used was he would take a torch with flames and he would put it between the horse's feet. And if the horse stood still, that horse was considered meeked, M-E-E-K-E-D, and it was ready for battle. It makes me think of the times that I've seen wild horses. The sound and the strength and the speed of them. It's so attractive to see them in motion, galloping. And my daughter used to take horseback riding lessons. And here in the Midwest, some groups do Eastern, where you put less stress and strain on the horse's back by standing in between the motion of the horse. It's just something beautiful about watching them, knowing that God fashioned them exactly that way, with all the attributes and resources that they would need to live in their world. Have you considered that God has done the same for you? Sometimes we focus on what we don't have and we think we should have, what we think we need. But have you ever done a study about what God has given you? The free money that's been there for you. The way that He equipped you to live in your world. I'm doing an exercise right now from a class that I'm taking, looking at different ages and some of the free money that God gave me. It develops gratitude and awe that God knew and He equipped us for the lives that He knew we'd be living. Every one of my days He knew altogether before even one of them came to pass. He ordained them. He knew when I would go into the bloodline. He knew the time that I would be born on the earth. He knew the design that I would need to find Him. Maybe better language is to find out that He'd been finding me. Gratitude can change your brain. There's an appreciation reset activity that if you do it for 30 days, your circuitry actually changes. God created us to benefit from those thoughts. Philippians tells us, think on these things. I bless you today to take a few minutes, sit with the Lord and just thank Him for what He's done for you. And then listen, or feel, or see His response. I bless you today in Jesus' name.